That was why you saw the references in the meta of it all get even crazier during Deadpool 2, like when he killed the version of himself in another universe before he made the Green Lantern movie. Ryan Reynolds says that one of the reasons why he really likes seeing the X-Men characters now coming to the MCU, and one of the major differences between them and the traditional MCU superheroes, is that the X-Men characters are more morally flexible and will frequently do the wrong thing at any given moment than the MCU heroes, which tend to be more straight up good or bad. We're slowly starting to see them blur the lines more and more in the more recent Marvel movies, though. After the Wolverine montage of the multiverse with him seeing all the different versions, when he brings this Wolverine back to the TVA in the suit, there was a deleted scene where he refers to Wolverine's butt as Canada's ass, making a Captain America joke from Endgame, like that's America's ass. Sean Levy said that that's specifically why they framed the shot, so that you could actually see Wolverine's butt making the exact same pose as Captain America's body when he passed out and looked at his butt during Endgame. Later in the movie, the reason why Nicepool has a Honda Odyssey and then gives it to them with all the jokes of Deadpool ripping Hondas as terrible cars is because Sean Levy, the director, owns a Honda Odyssey, like this exact car, in real life because he has a huge family, but he also calls the car Betsy in real life, which is why Nicepool in the movie calls his Honda Betsy. They didn't explain which version of Spider-Man Deadpool actually knows, but they did reference all of these different Spidey scenes, just saying that they had a lot of fun with them. Personally, because Deadpool is so familiar with the MCU characters, I think the idea is that he knows who Tom Holland's Spider-Man is. When Wolverine stops the car and dresses him down, it's meant to be a reference to the Planes, Trains, and Automobiles scene where Steve Martin's character dresses down John Candy's character, the I like me speech. When they're all on their way to the final battle in the car, Deadpool breaks the fourth wall again, telling the cameraman to tilt the camera up to Blade as he stands up to fire the rocket launcher. Early on in the movie, there's a James Mangold joke where he says Wolverining is hard and they tell him to stop. Deadpool says Mangold tried, implying that James Mangold actually tried to prevent Marvel from bringing back Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in this movie. There are a couple news outlets that actually asked him about that. He was definitely not happy about this whole concept in the movie. I already talked about a lot of the different Easter eggs and references with the characters and the items from different Marvel movies at the Ant-Man base. But when they were making the movie, they actually called it Ant-Man Arena. If you look inside the version of Cerebro that she built into the inside of Ant-Man's helmet, you notice that she actually has Thanos' throne from the Avengers movies, meaning that at some point she killed versions of Thanos, probably multiple versions of Thanos, but also took his Dark Aster ship at some point, salvaged it, because that's where the throne came from. Also, there's a lot of his Q ships throughout the void, too. On her throne is Doctor Strange's Cloak of Levitation and the sling ring that has both of the Infinity Stones in it too. If you notice, Ryan Reynolds actually posted this a little while ago too. It's a plaque that says Deadpool and Friend with them holding hands. Notice it only has 2 Wolverine claws on it too. Like, where's the third claw here? He said when they were getting ready to reveal the movie to everyone, like after they'd been shooting it for a while, one of the titles actually was Deadpool and Friend. Like they were thinking about calling the movie that for a long time until he leaked out the title to see how people responded, if people liked it, and everybody hated it. So behind the scenes, they scrambled to come up with a new title for the movie, which wound up being Deadpool and Wolverine. But like during the behind the scenes, Hugh Jackman also jokes, I think of the movie as Wolverine and Deadpool, like he calls it Wolverine and Deadpool. When Cassandra Nova takes Wolverine into his mind, what she's actually trying to do here, per Ryan Reynolds, is basically turn him evil because she wants to stick it to Professor X again, making his favorite X-Man her new favorite X-Man. There was an alternate plot for the movie for her character, featuring more Professor X backstory, where he would have been fighting her and have sent her to the void, but in the final theatrical version, they just changed that to explain that the TVA pruned her when she was a baby before she was able to walk.